whom believe tuition should be lowered or free. Do you believe that students would still value their education if this were to happen? And is this fair to the taxpayers who would make up the difference? You have 2 minutes, refresh.
Hi there, just to remind everyone, my name is Rebecca Kunzman. I'm running for VP Advocacy with the Refresh slate. I'd just like to address sort of what university is not cheap. We'll say that much. And as a scholarship recipient myself, I'm a huge proponent for scholarships and bursaries, and that's why we've included it within the platform. We feel very strongly that there is money on campus available to students to help offset the cost of tuition, and we feel very strongly that there should be more students who have access to that money that is already available, and by working with the different offices on campus to be able to make that more accessible to students, we hope to amalgamate one website that students can access that actually is available to all students and ensures that students have access to the scholarships that already exist on campus.
Yeah, and there's a fine line between lowering your tuition to a point where your school is no longer desirable and raising it above a point where it's no longer accessible. And what we want to do is make sure we find the balance.
Okay, we will move down to Fusion. You have 1 minute.
Perfect. I think you're always going to have students that don't fully appreciate their education when it's paid for, but being able to give more students affordable education is going to bring in those that couldn't previously access it. You're going to get the people that really, really want to attend school, taking advantage of more scholarships and bursaries and better funding. Anybody has anything to add?
Also, we want to make sure we're making the scholarships and bursaries that are available for students actually have more effect in their education, because right now sometimes the amount of money that students get from scholarships or bursaries might not actually cover anything for students. I'm also a scholarship recipient myself, and I also realize that as an international student, for instance, the amount of money that's given to me on scholarship does hardly covers even one course of my study here. So we want to make sure that the amount of money that is also given out to students on scholarships or bursaries actually covers the education that they are experiencing, and not something that will be a fraction which hardly has any effect.
That is time. Okay, you matter. You have 1 minute.
All right, when we're talking about tuition fees, we're talking about money going back into the university and actually putting our university on the map when looking at different institutions across the country. So that is something that we need to recognize, that we want to be a desirable institution that students want to come to. And so when you're also looking at international students and the tuition fees, that's also something that we want to look at, because I know that they are paying probably triple the price in tuition to attend post-secondary institutions. So when you're looking at the tuition fees, like one of the slate members stated, that we need to have that balance, and that is something that we definitely need to take into consideration when making those decisions. Thank you.